Adult children forced home. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. Let's look at this domain article that's talking about the adult children that were forced home during the, pandemic lockdowns. Because, this is an interesting topic. We've been, particularly with regards to people leaving rental properties in a city, a lot of them have gone home to their parents. And some people had that capacity and, frankly, others didn't. So let's have a look at what's going on here. So it's been almost a year since university student Gabby Weller was stood down as a bar manager in Sydney when the pandemic hit Australian shores. Like thousands of other young adults, she was staring down the barrel of lockdown with no income and rent and bills to pay. She did what thousands of other young adults did at the time, moved back in with her parents. And we are designing our house so we can have the capacity for that. Yeah, because I think it may be necessary. A new study from Finder revealed exclusively to Domain found more than a third, 34% of Australian households had adult children return when the pandemic hit. Many abandoned their rentals to take refuge with their parents to help allay some of the fears and pressure after industries such as hospitality, retail and entertainment heavily relied on casual work evaporated overnight. Miss Weller stayed at her parents' place in Tamworth close to 4 months while paying the rent on the remainder of her lease. But as her workplace started reopening, she returned to Sydney and found a new rental in a share house with friends, and 12 months on, she's actually better off. Her rent is cheaper now than it was pre-COVID. Well, that's good. We're starting to see some people take advantage of the reductions in rents. Much like Australia's fast economic turnaround, the recovery for many young adults who fled home to their parents has been swifter than they initially expected. The Finder figures reveal that almost 43% of the adult children who returned home last year when the pandemic hit Australian shores were able to recover enough financially to leave again. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Ms. Veller's situation, although improved from this time last year, is still precarious. She's relying on Centrelink payments to cover her rent and is worried her rent will go up, costing her more than she can afford. Then why didn't she stay home? To save more money. And particularly if you're a student, just put up with it. COVID pushed all my uni placements this year and I have to do it for 8 months straight. I had to quit my job to finish my placement, she said. Currently, I'm relying on Centrelink to pay my rent. I think a lot of people may be relying on Centrelink to pay their rent. There's a property spruiker that just aims to invest in properties where Centrelink will pay for his investments. Hey, smart if you can do it. We're concerned if we stay here that they might put the rent back up to the original price, so we can't afford to stay here. It's definitely stressful. We're 3 very, very young uni students. We're not from Sydney. We don't have an option. Melbourne music theatre performer Des Flanagan spent about 5 months living with his parents after losing work at the beginning of the lockdowns, but was able to move back out in July. The rental market dropped just as he was eligible for JobKeeper, keeping him afloat. Why are they going out? Why are they leaving when they're still on support payments? It could all fall apart. Wouldn't you build up a war chest? Okay, I guess it's probably frustrating living with your parents, but come on, as adults you can put up with it, can't you? I worked sustainably, and I have somewhat of a buffer to get through this period, he said. Okay, he's got a buffer. Good on him. He was relying on his savings until he could work full-time again in performing arts. Melbourne retail merchandise planner Christy Gunn, who moved out less for financial reasons and more to lock down with her parents in Shepparton, has also returned to the city. Well, yeah, that's a good point too. You may not want to be stuck alone in an apartment. If you can't go out, you probably get lonely. Miss Gunn said she was able to find a discount rental in the CBD that saw her save $6,000 on a new 12-month lease. I think the timing of your lease expiry is everything. I got very lucky. I had no issue finding something much cheaper, she said. There's still about 6 apartments that are empty at the moment, and if it continues along that way, they'll struggle to put it up. The Finder data, which surveyed 1,015 Australians, found that 1 in 4 adult kids still live with their parents in Victoria, the highest rate in Australia. Finder's personal financial specialist, Taylor Blackburn, said the pandemic left many financially distressed. I mean, the ramifications of the recession still haven't been felt, guys. These will be delayed. It'll take a while to come through to the economy. We all know that. Well, maybe some people don't. Is that common knowledge, everyone? Do people think that the recession's over, we've had those 2 quarters of negative growth, and boom, it's all good? Don't they realize it's going to take a while for this to impact, particularly with all the artificial government supporting the economy being pulled off? Let me know while I have a shot of my coffee. But the uncertainty did not just affect kids last year, with quite a few medically frail parents who moved in with their adult children, he said. Well, that's pretty much what we have here. 40% of Victorians are also multi-generational living between parents and children, compared to just 28% in Western Australia and South Australia. Now, I think this multi-generational living is going to become more and more part of our society here in Australia. We kind of don't have it as other cultures. It's much more prevalent in Asian cultures in particular, you know, with the cost of housing. Parents in South Australia were most likely to live with an adult child at 18% of households, compared with 12% of households in Queensland. No, well, I'm not surprised. I mean, just look at the Adelaide economy over there. Just all of the architecture students I know that had to leave the state to even get a chance of getting work. So there we have it, everyone. So some good news for all of these adults that are leaving home. So, you know, some of them are getting good discounts, some of them are getting savings in rent, so that's encouraging. That's good to see. And some of them are saving buffers before they jump back out. What do you think? Have you had to do this? Do you know? Have you had your kids come home? Are they still home, or are they, you know, getting out there? Or are they using this as an opportunity to save for a deposit? Or was that what the super was? Super withdrawals, saving frantically, and now are they jumping in? Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join the channel on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links from Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.